We
All
are
right.
live.
If you didn't know, my name is Newman. I'm here with so many beautiful people like Lucas and Gideon and Emmanuel and Harsha, my co-host. Today is November 13th. November 13th, 2025. It's Thursday. It's 14:30 UTC. Let's do open spaces. This is the Gimbalabs community. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Uh, I'm glad. We are all glad that you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. These are 90-minute sessions. Uh, uh, we uh, we learn, coordinate, and do decision making. We do it each week so that we stay connected. We share updates. We just had a check-in round that if you were to come to our Zoom instead of listening on YouTube, you could check in yourself. Um, we do a thing called consent-based governance or decision making, and we'll in this 90 minutes we may do some of that. And by doing so, we keep Gimbalabs aligned. That's really the purpose. That's our driver. And our main purpose here is to provide open, replicable, safe spaces for people everywhere to learn, to explore, and to empower one another to solve meaningful problems. So, um, that is what brings us together. And I do want to say this one little thing about the consent process. It's about gathering and using our collective intelligence. Uh, we know that we have a group here, we have a crowd, but is there wisdom here? Is there collective intelligence here? Are we smarter together? I think we are. So that's how I want to preface today. Um, Harsha, does that cover everything? Are we ready to jump
Yes.
into our Notion
Yep.
board?
Yeah. Before we jump in, I think, yeah, I think we can jump into the Notion board. So this is just like a call for proposals. So Emmanuel has a proposal. Is there anyone else with any proposals out there that they want to talk about? You don't have to get to consent today. If you just want to present an idea, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Um, so here is our Notion page. You're looking at our Notion page. This is the log of all of the Thursdays that we've done this season. It's the sixth season, season number 6. And look at all these proposals. Um, Emmanuel has a proposal today that we can talk about. Are there any other proposals or things to discuss? So this is open call for proposals. Womp, womp, womp. I'm looking at the chat, see if anybody has got any in there. Dun, dun, dun. So this is the call for proposals, specific proposals and community review and consent. We can also look here. Did any get put in this section of our big board? So here's another bit of orientation. All of the projects that are currently being proposed or in progress are on this Gimbalabs uh, start here big project board. Oh, I'll put it here. And I'm going to look through and see.
So I have a small tension with our board. So
Ooh,
the board has about like if you minimize all the sections, can you minimize
yep,
all the sections for me, Newman?
yep.
So is everyone clear about the sections? Because I know for sure in progress and done, I'm pretty clear. But the rest of them, can you explain? Can anyone explain to me? Because I am not clear.
Good point.
Not sure
Do
about
you,
backlog, but rest of them kind of seem self-explanatory.
So what's the difference between proposal and planning? Should planning be first or proposal be first? Like what do you think they are?
I think proposal, then you get consented, and then the team is going to like hit the road with the planning, and once they start finish like planning, then people are like, yep, I see that you are in progress now. I am kind of like that. That like if you look at the Project Catalyst milestone, my assumption is like kind of the stage where the milestone reviewer said, "Yep, your milestones, like the roadmap is okay there." Because in the proposal, I don't know how well I've seen a few proposals, but not all the time they go very detailed, and it's like, okay, yeah, you are gonna work on here, or there is a load going to work on there. But then in the planning stage, it's more like, okay, in this week,
Interesting.
that month.
No, because I thought
That's
it was the other way around. I thought planning is when you're writing the proposal, and then when you're done writing the proposal, it goes to the proposal, and then when it's in the proposal, it gets to consent and it goes to in progress. And after in progress is either done or paused. So I don't know the difference between paused and backlog and cancelled.
Yep. So yeah, so that's actually and this is I think this is the right time for this discussion because it is yeah, proposal and planning, like depending on your viewpoint, like which is the one where you just have a random idea and you drop it in. You're like, "Oh, like what's the earliest stage?" And it feels like planning is the earliest stage. And that
Yeah, that
proposal
was
is
my
a little
intuition as
more
well.
structured and you have like a fullish proposal. So this might be out of order here. But we kind of know what in progress is. What is
Yeah.
pause? There's only two in pause.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So what's the difference between paused, cancelled, backlogged? Like I feel like we can
and
mix up both of
done should
them.
really be, can we change the order? I mean, is that even a thing? Can we do? Because it seems like done should be like the end, like the very bottom,
Oh,
right?
really? I thought it would be right below in progress because done is the most important thing, right? Like
Oh,
right after in
but
progress, you're done.
edit groups. I wonder.
No, but I want like feedback as well. What do you guys think? What do you I mean not just me and Newman, but like what do you guys think should be the order and what do you guys think should be the labels?
Yeah.
I can tell how I'm doing it, but I don't
Go
know.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do want you guys to know if you don't know who Tevo is, yes, it's that Tevo. Um, uh, he is an expert and has been doing this type of community work for a very long time. So not to blow you up or anything, but we do respect your opinion.
Yeah, I
So
mean
please
I
share.
used to respect Tevo Sack's opinion, but Tevo Kask I don't know yet.
Yeah, yeah. What was this about, huh?
Yeah, I don't even know. Some kind of
Artist formerly
signatures.
known as Sax.
Yeah. My Discord name is still Sax and email because it's way too many things to change your original name on. Um, but yeah, so the backlog, the way been using it, um, usually it's like the initial ideas that come in, but are not like still turned into proposal or anything. Uh, Oftentimes, I also see backlog where it's a very clear idea what it is, but there is no accountability assigned to it. So nobody has the capacity to do it. So you kind of have them in backlog. Um, yeah, in the most weird cases, it's like you actually get funded for doing that. But then again, like but it comes in session that nobody has taken the accountability to do that yet. So that's where my kind of backlog thinking is when I'm looking at this and as a last item, then it sounds like that was discussed in the consent process, but there wasn't clear like, okay, who's gonna do it, like clear proposal behind it. And but it was like, but it's good idea, but not yet. Like, let's do it again maybe in another few months or like come back to it when there is more capacity. So this is my assumption how backlog is used there. For
Yeah.
the done and cancelled, yeah, the way I've been organizing is I just have archive and like I don't also have paused stuff. Um, but that could be like a very project specific or proposal specific where they need like a meeting stage. Ooh, yeah, nice. So
That's
yeah,
finished
basically
up.
that's
Okay.
my opinion on these labels.
Interesting. Anybody else? Because I think you're right about backlog, like, and so that means like paused and backlog. Like paused is a backlog where it was in progress and then sort of stopped but not canceled. What could canceled be? So like
So, can
why?
I give my quick opinion on this? Because yesterday I put in the milestones and I had to explain these labels. So, this
Ooh,
is what I told them. So, everything below in progress are consented proposals. Everything above the in progress are proposals that need to be consented.
hmm,
Uh, Done is pretty obvious. Cancelled is when something is consented, but it is not moving forward anymore, so it is cancelled. Uh, and I think personally, paused and backlog are the same thing. That means they are consented, but they are not currently being worked on, but they will be worked on at some point in time.
yeah. Hmm. Oh, and this is an empty proposal. Okay. Um, okay. I think actually that's actually a really good point. This whole idea of above in progress are non-consented, below in progress are consented, but something is it's either finished in the done or paused or canceled. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that Adrian
think
is asking, could these definitions be a visible tooltip on Hover or something, which I think makes a lot of sense. But we need to be clear on what these definitions are, by the way.
yeah, yeah. And then how like is it a tooltip? Is there something in Notion that has uh like how do you know? Hmm, yeah. Like where would you go to find out like where that might be? Yeah. All right.
So can we, are we good with the idea that paused and backlog are the same so that we can merge both of them?
Oh, okay. This would be like a fast consent round. Are
Yeah,
we
quick consent. So,
let's do
so
it.
this is
Do
what
it.
I'm proposing. Planning is for planning a proposal, but it's not ready to be proposed. Proposal is when a proposal is ready to be proposed for consent. In progress is it is consented and it is in progress. Done is done. Cancelled is it has stopped after being consented. And backlog is when it will be worked on at a later time, but for now it is stopped. And Gideon, you have your hand up. Go for it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, what I wanted to say is, so Asha has kind of explained everything, like what each um section means. So I think it would be nice if there's like just somewhere where you could like just put the description of each of the sections. So if anyone wants to like have an understanding of what the section is, you can just reference it, and yeah, they can know the description of what each section is.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Adrian proposed that there's like a little tooltip when you hover on it, it'll tell you what it is. But if that's not possible, we can just have a legend saying, hey, this is what each of the labels means right on top.
Yep, the legend at the top. That would be the easiest thing to do. I can do that like right now.
Yeah,
Because
we can
right
we can do it later.
here,
That's fine. Yeah.
yeah. Uh I'm doing it now, Harsha. There we go. All right. Um, so let's have a really quick round. Is this do you have any objections to this? So this isn't like yes, I want it to be done or no, I don't want it to be done. That would be a vote. What you want to think about and express, do you have an objection to it? Is it something, and we have this little term called good enough for now, safe enough to try. What we're proposing is changing uh, this planning to before proposal and merging paused and canceled.
No, no, paused and backlog.
Ah, paused and backlog. We know what canceled is going to stick around. Um, and yeah, and merge paused and backlog. And we'll just be rearranging it. Do you feel like this is good enough for now, safe enough to try? And are there any objections or things like Adrian's like, oh, maybe there's a tooltip, or Gideon's like, if we can't make a tooltip, like a reference, or is there anything like that? So let's do around here. This would be perfect. A little quick consent. And we can go in the path of our check-in. Let me find that. Harsha and then Alex.
Oh, I mean, I propose, so I'll
Oh, right.
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Alex and then Lucas. Alex may be,
Alex is not here.
yeah. Okay, Lucas and then Toby.
Guys, I'm sorry, I'm a bit lost.
Aha. Okay.
I'm
You
cheating. I'm
can
doing a lot of stuff at the same time.
for sure. You can also pass. Like if you're like, oh, I don't know what's going on, you can just say that and just say, hey, I'll pass.
Okay, maybe I'll do that then.
Okay. Toby and then Ayomi. He might be. So Toby.
It's the first time for Toby, so maybe
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
bit
that's
shy.
right. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. So we'll get pass on him. Luke, Ayomi, and then Ahmed.
Uh, to be honest, I'm kind of lost in the project.
Okay. No worries. We'll pass on that one. And then Ahmed and then Lewis. And give a little bit more.
So I think
Oh,
Ahmed dropped off. Yeah.
okay. All right. Lewis, Lewis and then Tebo. And I know Lewis is on mobile, so it might take him a moment to come off the mic. All right. Tebo and then Maureen. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I think this is a small change, and if there is a leader who wants to describe this stuff, then why not? If it's technically possible, I'm not clear how the Notion kind of works with, and if you can just add stuff in randomly. So it's good. It adds value. There is nothing like downsides there.
I think, yep. Very good. And Maureen, thanks, Tebo. Maureen and then Gideon.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't understand anything. So
That's
yeah.
good. That's good. It's sort of a quick, yeah, that's good. That's good. Or no, wait a minute. Is there like a question that you want to
Clarifying
ask
questions.
Harsha?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a
What is the
clarifying question.
what is
Yeah.
the project? That's literally my question.
So
Yeah.
the project is very, very simple. We are planning on reshaping the labels. You see the labels right here: proposal, planning, in progress, paused, done, cancelled, and backlog. We are just rearranging some labels and merging some labels. So planning will be the first label where you're planning a proposal. And the second label, proposal, is when your proposal is ready to be consented. And once your proposal is consented, it will go to in progress, and from in progress it will either be completed, so it will go to done. But if it is paused, that means you'll work on it at a later time. It will go to either paused or backlog, so paused and backlog will be merged. But if your project is cancelled, that means, hey, we are not going to work on it anymore, it will go to cancelled. So that is the proposal,
Yeah.
just to rearrange the labels.
Where are you doing all that?
Right here on Notion. Are you able to see the screen that
Yeah, I
Newman?
can see, but I'm confused. You're saying you're going to do a project
No,
to
no, we're not
do.
doing a project. The
That's
project itself is the labels.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just basically going to move planning to above proposals, and then we're going to merge paused and backlog, and that's it. Oh, check this out. So we used to have community review and consent. Aha, look at this. This is what was confusing me because yeah, we used to have another category called community review and consent, but that is going to be in this proposal. We could actually amend it to say proposal and community review. That might uh, muddy up the waters though. So Maureen, based on that, that sort of question and answer from Harsha, do you now have like an idea? It's like, oh, is it somebody you want to try, or is there somebody like, actually the way it is better? Or you have an objection, like, hey, this isn't safe. Another thing about the consent process, it's really about safety, safety for the organization. Like if we did this, uh, would it hurt our group?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it's
Yeah.
harmful at all. It looks like a proper organization. So
Yeah.
I always like those kind of things.
Okay. So I'm gonna change that to a good, to an okay and good. Um, and then thanks for that clarifying question for sure. Gideon and Emmanuel.
Yeah, I think it's okay to make those edits, those small changes to the
Yeah.
proposal group.
Yep. And thank you, Gideon, Emmanuel, and then Adrian.
Yeah, actually, I've been patiently waiting to tell Asha that do you really need to even ask us this? Because I think this is just needed to be done like a straightforward something, and because I met the structure there and I didn't know how it all came in place. So yeah, but maybe the consenting phase is still not really necessary, I think. Yeah, but yeah, it's good. All good.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
brings up an interesting question, like what needs to be consented on, what doesn't need to be. So what can we take responsibility for without having consent?
Yeah, yeah, because I think this is just something I could just say, oh yeah, let me just restructure this and everyone will be fine with it. Yeah, so
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah.
I
You
thought
know
he
what
needed money. That's true. I thought there was a budget. That's why I was also
I
confused.
mean, if you want to give me money, I'll take it. No, I'm kidding.
No thanks.
Oh, and Maureen, that's a great because typically, because the only thing that we're really consenting to is the time for us to do, and it's so minimal. And I think that's what Emmanuel is. And then Maureen's like, oh, what about money? So generally, proposals that have a money or financial component or a significant time component are what we need consent, because if there is no time or money component, then it's generally safe enough. But in favor of doing this consent process, it is something that we all use. And so if we come in, we're like, oh, wait a minute, where is for instance, somebody made the change to take out consent, the consent without like letting anybody know. So but going through this process and getting everybody's input, and remember, it's about getting the collective wisdom. So we now are going to make some changes which are important, and that is the biggest one I see that we kind of learned by the collective is that we're going to have a reference for what these sections mean. And I think that's really what the collective intelligence brought us, the emergent collective intelligence. Okay. So big thank you to Emmanuel and Maureen on that one. And hey, let's Adrian, and then if anybody else hasn't done it, maybe
So we have
Jethro, actually.
Jethro and A.
That's it. That's Adrian.
No,
Yeah.
Adrian, I thought Adrian is Adrian Huter.
Oh, yeah, we do have A is here. Oh, what's up, A?
Same as Emmanuel, I think, yeah, it's not really necessary to have a consent round on that. I guess it would be a better use of time if it's just implemented and next meeting presented, and then anyone or if the structure doesn't meet the requirements, we can still change it back. I think the changes wouldn't take too long. Yeah, maybe they are even faster implemented than we take for that content round.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yep,
think
yep.
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So just do the change and
Man,
then
yeah.
say, hey, is this okay? Yeah, that makes sense.
Also,
I want
add-
everybody to know that Harsha has just gotten off of a 24-hour flight, and I think yeah. Now I'm looking down at the time. Oh man,
so
okay,
he
but
must
this
be
is good
very
because
well
we are
slept. He
practicing
slept for like
governance,
24
even though
hours.
yeah, that was a tough one. Oh my God, a flight. Yeah. Oh hey,
Can I jump?
Jethro, and then A. A's gonna talk for a bit. Oh, that's gonna be great. So Jethro, he gives us the thumbs up. Okay, that's good. And A, it's good to see you, man. Can you come off? Nothing to say. But hey, I'm super glad you're here. Hopefully, we can catch up some.
And
Uh,
Lucas wanted to say something. Yeah.
okay,
Go
yeah,
ahead,
Lucas,
Lucas.
go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure you could hear me for a while. So this feedback about not asking for approval for such a small thing could also be remediated, or we could fix the process a bit by having an owner to, like, the owner of processes or point of contact, if you don't want to call it an owner. So if like someone was suggesting, someone just goes ahead and does it, maybe his name could be attached to that as the person, like the point of contact, and the person that's owning that kind of workflow, I would call it.
Yeah.
So I have a small question about that, Lucas. What if someone else wanted to do it? Would they have to contact the owner and say, hey, can you make this changes?
Well, at least you would know who to loop invest. Instead of looping in everyone, you would loop in that person that has signed the last change to it to build upon that person's insight. You know, so but you would still just streamline process by talking with just one person directly.
Makes sense. A raised his hand.
Oh, okay. Hey, go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
we got
is
you.
this like the British A?
This is not A.
There
I
is
haven't
only
heard this
one
guy for
A.
There's only one.
Nice to
Exactly.
hear you,
Oh,
mate.
good, man. Yeah, nice to meet you as well. Nice to see familiar faces. Yeah, but I always have to say that every time I see you. I'm sorry. Right. No, I just wanted to point out that it's important to remember there's this concept called Chesterton's fence. I don't know whether you guys are familiar with it. Basically, it's this notion that if you ever sort of are taking a jaunt in the countryside and you come across, I don't know, a fence, and you think, you know what, I'm gonna remove this fence, it's probably a good idea not to before you actually understand why someone put that fence there in the first place. Right? It might be to keep something out, it might be to keep something in. So yeah, just I think asking kind of thing. Yeah, but then as I think Maureen was saying earlier, or Asha or someone, I forget who. Yeah, it's important to just have the executive decisions happen autonomously, but then at the same time, you know, kind of I don't know, put up these flags kind of thing. Yeah, that's all.
So
But
I have a small question, follow-up question.
Sure,
So a
sure.
fence is like a big work, right? If you remove the fence, putting it back is like a big work. What if it's like something tiny, like move a rock or something like that? Do you think we still need to do that?
Um,
yeah, does the
you know what?
size of the action or size of the change make a difference? I
I think
yeah,
it
it's
does.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the jury's still out on that, but I think it kind of does because. Oh yeah, thank you, Lucas. Yeah, he's put a link in the chat there.
Yep, yep,
I think it does in that again. What I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that it's important not to cripple yourself by basically just have requiring permission to do every single thing. Um, yeah, but then at the same time, kind of putting up this I don't know, sort of like planting a flag and just so that others know. And also I think as Lucas was saying, like if there's kind of like a point of call of that whatever action that you're about to change, just pinging them, just
yeah,
kind of letting them know, I think is kind of helpful. So I don't know whether that answered your question or not, but yeah, that's my those are my thoughts
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
that makes sense. That makes
yep.
sense.
Cool, thanks.
All right. I feel good in the discussion. Is there any other that has anybody else can put up their hand or jump off mic before um the because it feels like there are no major objections and a few thumbs up. So I feel like it's ready to do. And we'll
I think, mm, yeah, since everyone's silent, I think we can try it out. It is safe
we're
enough to
doing
try.
it. All right, all right. Thank you so
Cool.
much for that. That was so the thing that we do here, and hopefully we don't get in trouble, is that we do this consent process. So you all, if you've, for instance, our newcomer like Toby, that was a consent decision round. So if anybody says, "Hey, have you ever been part of decentralized governance and the consent decision process?" You just did it. Uh, and notice how we had a discussion, et cetera, et cetera. We did a round. So that's what it looks like. So hooray, congrats. I think we're ready if Emmanuel, so the next section might be Emmanuel's Blockprint and Gimbalabs to build BlockGov, an all-in-one governance platform. Emmanuel, are you ready to chat about it and how much time do you need?
Let's put a
Uh,
timer for 15 minutes, and if it
yeah,
extends, it extends. What do you guys think?
Timer for
yeah,
15
50
minutes?
minutes. 50 minutes is enough. I'll just switch to my.
All right, so I'll remind you at your halfway point.
And
Yeah, sure.
and
So
Emmanuel, do
I'll.
you want to share screen, or would you like us to
Oh,
share
yeah,
the
yeah,
screen?
yeah. Let me come off of my share and Emmanuel, you might could share.
Comment.
Okay.
Screen.
That looks good.
I'm trying to share the entire screen. And comment.
Take your time, take your time. Um, I sometimes
Okay.
those buttons get really small when you're on the hot seat, and it's always hot seat, even though, hey, it's a safe space. I mean, we are all friends and colleagues here, so you don't have to worry. It's super friendly to come off of the mute. Nobody is here to like get upset at anybody, and we're spending the time together. And I guess this is one of the things we have about 30 minutes left. We've been doing it for about an hour, and I always think about Juan Sierra. Like this is a great time to move around. If you have a standing desk, maybe change your position. And as we shift over to a different thing, we're about to hear from a proposal. It's in the Notion. I'll share, or somebody might share the link so that we can follow along. And the idea for you, dear listener, is to read and listen to Emmanuel talk about the proposal and come up with objections or clarifying questions, things you don't understand. You can put them in the chat. We'll have a round after the presentation, and we'll spend about 15 minutes on it, and it should work out just fine. Emmanuel, you ready? Have I vamped
Yeah.
enough?
So I'm trying to
Here we go.
give it a full page.
Oh, that little there.
Yeah, I can't find it. Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, open and expand button right below the arrows. Right below the arrows, there is like an expand button.
Yeah.
Right on top right.
Go up a bit.
I can't find it.
Type left.
It's right here on above that.
No, up a little bit higher.
It's right beside
That
the
one. That
right
one. Stop.
beside.
You're getting hot.
I
Colder,
think
colder,
there's something
warmer.
blocking the view. Okay, yes, there's something blocking the view of my screen before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
There it is then.
all right.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
actually,
is that thing?
I think someone did this. Oh, that's
Yeah, I bet it's Lucas.
It's Tivo. It's Tivo.
Yeah, it was me. Never mind. Ignore
I
it.
knew it was Lucas.
I'm erasing it.
Okay.
I tried to reach it.
15 minutes. 15 minutes from now. Let's give Emmanuel the time. So I'm gonna
All
start the
right.
15-minute timer, and then Emmanuel, I'm gonna remind you at your halfway point. All right, here we go.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Newman. Thanks everyone for
You got it.
giving me this space. So yeah, I think this proposal is like a high level proposal that would be giving maybe a change to the Cardano's broader governance community and ecosystem. So yeah, it goes by Blockprint X Gimbalabs to build BlockGov. I don't know if that name is cool, but it's a all-in-one Cardano governance platform. And how is it a all-in-one Cardano's platform? I'll just highlight some key points, not trying to read out through all of this. So it's a all-in-one Cardano platform in the sense that it allows you to propose a Cardano governance action. And you can imagine the app as like a web page that has a mono repo of these three Cardano's governance apps. So you would be able to propose on this app. I'm coming. So yeah, you'll be able to propose governance action proposal with constitution validation, which will allow you to create, validate, and submit governance action. And the validation is done in the sense that it aligns to the Cardano's constitution, which I don't think that is being done with GovTools. And before a proposal is built and signed, it is automatically subjected to Cardano's governance constitution compliance check, reducing stress on DREP, on making votes and other governance action. And this constitution compliance layer is still something maybe we would have to give it a deep dive on the real implementation. Also, the Cardano's Governance Explorer, which would allow you to browse and visualize all active and past governance action, see voting results, DREP participation, and proposed metadata, including constitutional alignment scores, view proposal evolution through life cycle. Maybe the proposal is being passed or rejected, or on different status. And we are going to integrate with Cardano's governance in fetching this governance explorer. Basically, because it's not only on BlockGov you would be able to propose, so you would also be doing that on GovTools. So we'll just be bringing a sync to other governance action being proposed on other platforms as well. Also, the third is a Treasury Explorer, which will help in visualizing the Cardano's treasury with live balance tracking and spending summary. And yeah, I think this Treasury Explorer this was the project that brought up the whole idea of all of this, because currently
with the current phase of Cardano in the treasury withdrawal and income to Cardano's treasury, um, it's will I say it's really, really ambiguous to see all of this data happening with the treasury itself. And before joining this space, I discussed something like that with Arsha. I should have added the link here. The current Cardano's treasury is not really, really user friendly. It's not good for onboarding to whoever is trying to get into the to understand what's actually happening with the Cardano's treasury compared to what Polkadot is doing. And explore treasury withdrawal by purpose, proposal, epoch, and category. Include analytics for transparency metrics for spending concentration and success ratio. So so I'll just quickly take back myself to the background and motivation for this proposal. So we are planning that this proposal, we at Blockprint, we are planning that this proposal is going to be a project catalyst proposal, which Blockprint is an emerging Cardano developers community that grew out of the Gimbalabs African Developers Education Initiative, which we just ended. And through this educational foundation, we've developed a deep understanding of both the technical and community-driven aspects of the centralized system. So, why this proposal? As the community of early builders and learners, which we know that the Cardano's governance is still very, very early, and we propose that governance and treasury transparency is vital to the sustainability and inclusiveness of Cardano. However, many participants, especially new developers and community members, struggles to understand how governance action, treasury spending, and proposal actually work in practice. So this realization inspired us wanting to design a platform. I think I'm going to be adding one thing here. Wanting to design a platform that makes governance participation approachable and educational, enables real-time transparency to Cardano's decision-making and treasury systems. It also give us an opportunity to create a replicable open tool that others can learn and extend from, and which we see Gimbalabs not just as partners, but as continuation of our curiosity and collaboration, which is the right place for Blockprint to continue our growth and contribution to the Cardano ecosystem. And while me browsing through I think this was really, really maybe coincidental. I was browsing through Andamio, and I saw a course relating to something like this on Andamio, and which is run Gov 2 locally with Minikube and Kubernetes, which is something of a very, very low level something. No one would want to say, because I want just for me to create a governance action, I would have to have a cluster instance running in Minikube. I think this was before everything could now be accessed, at least for now, on GovTools. But then we can still make this a very, very decentralized way, and not saying, okay, we are relying on GovTools and just saying, yeah, we want to just sit with what GovTools is doing. But yeah, Gov2, they are really, really making impact. But yeah, so maybe we can make it not only Gov2 doing this, and Gimbalabs and Blockprint partnering to continuing what Gov2 is doing, because this platform would be built as well on what Gov2 has done. We are not trying to maybe build everything from scratch. And so the impact and benefits, community members, for the community members, it will be easier to explore, to propose submission and understand how governance works. For the DREP and SPO tracking, transparent tracking of governance action and treasury decisions. For example, this one, if we can create like a funnel to filter out proposals before not being actually submitted on chain, if it's actually aligning with the Cardano's constitution, I think that would be very, very good.
stress relieving approach to the DREP in making decision, and for developers and educators, access to open source replicable components for teaching and building governance tool. So this is actually also very, very important, which is used for clear data visualization of treasury and governance activity for empirical studies. So
Yeah, Bill, you got is a little bit past halfway now.
okay,
And let's
yeah,
make sure we get some time in for some
yeah,
questions and whatnot. Yep.
yeah, almost done. So yeah, on the evaluation criteria, submission successful of real test, governance action, number of active users, availability of educational guides, community feedback, and open source adoption, which estimated overall estimation of this project 8 months. And our resources to Gimbalabs contributor, maybe this is still to changes.
Yeah.
3 Gimbalabs contributors, full stack devs, and 2, and a Cardano governance interest person. Maybe you've been participating in Cardano governance on the broader scene, but we believe this platform is a very, very good way for you to continue what you've already known in Cardano's governance as well. And yeah, and Blockprint is giving out 50% of the total proposed budget. I've not really explored on what category this proposal fits in Project Catalyst, but at least maybe, for example, for the ecosystem, this would be maybe requesting an amount ranging from 50K to 60K, that, and at Blockprint will be giving out 50% to these Gimbalabs contributors in making all of this happen. And at Blockprint, we have 12 contributors. This is it. So we have 12 contributors, and our responsibility will be about completing the UI UX, giving of the product requirement documentation, that's the PRD. And we have full stack devs too at Blockprint, and will be responsible for the marketing and management. And Gimbalabs contributor, same role as in resources, same role as the full stack dev and governance this year. So the potential risk, low user engagement. We'll be partnering with community educators for demo and workshop, maybe with Andamio, in increasing the course I just opened earlier on, and governance spec updates. So things changes as of now. The Cardano's governance structure might change over time. So one of the risks will be about keeping this our gov to up to date and over time. So quarterly review, evaluate usability, community feedback, iterative updates, and educational integration, which adopt platform for using Andami and other learning environments. So yeah, let me just okay. This is not really maybe we are still working on the front end. We are still working on it, but I think I have a better one right now. If I should go to my locals, like if I should go to my local deployment, but maybe it would be nice to say, oh yeah, I just want to quickly play an audio of your proposal. I don't want to even check what you have in there, and I'm so sure that this proposal is aligning with the Cardano's constitution, and this is how
Right.
maybe the Explorer is. You can just imagine, like, this is how the Cardano's Explorer is looking like, and you can give it a like or a comment, and you can even share as well, and it goes as that. And so we'll be completing the UI of this and giving it the UI as well for the treasury. For example, right now, just a quick check of the Cardano's. Let me see if I can get on that website. So yeah, I think I would be needing feedback right now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
what's this? Yeah. So thank you for that. That was, and you use up the right time, so that's perfect. Now let's go through a round and ask some questions. And now this first part is because we've just gotten to know the proposal. You've listened to the presentation. So if you could, if you've got objections in your mind or your things that you want, like you approve or you don't, but the the skill here in consent-based decision is to frame it or to withhold judgment for a bit and ask clarifying questions. So that is, it's like, hey, do you mean this? And then allow Manuel to respond. So let's you can put things in the chat, which I see A has done,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
maybe and then we'll do so, and we can just popcorn around, like just raise your hand, and
Yeah,
maybe Harsha
we'll do
could
a
read that one in the
yeah,
chat.
we'll do a round so people can actually ask Emmanuel directly.
Yep.
I mean, Tivo
But
has his hand up and A already put like a comment. So if they want to start first, maybe we can start with them. What do you think, Newman?
Okay, yep. Let's go with A. And would you mind reading it out for us? Or
Yeah. Should I just go ahead to read it?
there's a timer. Nice. Okay. Stop. Okay.
Hey, A, do you want to come off mute and directly ask Emmanuel the question, A?
I could just read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the question is, what is the single biggest pain point you are trying to solve here? Is it for the represented or delegated representatives? Could you show the Polkadot example you made reference to? How are you thinking about non-dev folks from Gimbalabs could contribute? Yeah, very, very good question. So the biggest, okay, you said single, but I'm going to give you like two biggest pain points
well,
right here.
you know what?
Yes.
Let's before you answer, let's go through the round so that everybody
Okay.
can get their questions in.
So,
Um,
Newman, do you want to give people an idea of how a round works?
yeah. So because if we just do question and answer, maybe like the folks don't get a chance to ask their question. So what we want to do is just go quickly, ask a question or pass, and that way we can get all of the questions and then we'll answer them. Unless it's something short that can be answered very quickly, let's try to get everybody's questions first. I think that's generally how it works. So thank you for that, A. And then let's go to Harsha and then to Lucas.
Uh, I think this is great. So I have this exact same question that A had. What is the exact pain point you're trying to solve? And the other one is, why did you decide to do the whole thing once as opposed to building one feature at a time? Say, for example, you're first building the treasury visualizations and then move to the next feature, those kind of things. And that's it. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Harsha. And then Lucas and then Toby. Oh, did Lucas take off? I think he might have taken off.
I think you already dropped something on the chat.
No, I'm here. I dropped it on the chat, but I can voice it.
Okay.
My question is, how does this proposal and solution align with, I think Gimbalabs also is building a tool and other ecosystem tools, because I was, for example, in the open source committee in Intersect, and I made a list of like 7 tools that already exist for on-chain, off-chain, Ecclesia-like. So how have you done this kind of market research on what already exists and are trying to build along with it?
Cool. That's a great question. And Toby and then Aomi. Thanks, Lucas. Kobe may, if he's still here, he may be quiet. And you can just come off mute and say pass, or I'll give you about 8 seconds to okay. Ayomi and then Ahmed. And just while Ayomi is coming off my mute, you can just put your questions in the chat, which I see Tebo has done. Thank you.
Ayomi gave a thumbs up, so we can move to the next one.
Okay, Ayomi says, hey, that's fine. And Ahmed and then Lewis. So Ahmed, and we're not consent. We don't give consent. We just decide if we've got objections or not. And it's a weird sort of subtle consent decision making that one of my advisors gave me some grief about. It's like we aren't offering our consent. We're offering our objections, and then consent is emergent. So it's just this weird thing. But anyway, I wanted to mention, yeah. So you would say, I have no objections, or I have this question. Yeah. Because, you know, who am I? None of us has the power to consent to something, but we all have the power to object to something. Yeah, there you go. And not to, you know, but it is, once you hear it, it is a thing. Yeah. All right. So Ahmed, he has no objections. And then Lewis, any clarifying questions or objections or concerns? And then there's a difference between a concern and objection. This gets
And
into
by
the
the way,
weeds of consent decision making, but
Lewis
is
is
Lewis
not
still
here.
about?
No, he's not
He's
here.
not. Okay. And then Tevo wrote this one. Tevo, do you want to read that one in, or do you want to?
Yeah, it mostly is similar to what others saying, like what's like the key things that differentiates. I do like the fact that you can press the play button and listen a text instead of reading a proposal.
Pretty
So
awesome.
there is all of like these small features. But on another side, wouldn't be better to collaborate with existing teams and governance platforms and say, hey, you are here to pull that thing for you. You fork their open source repo, you add that feature into it. And I think that would be much like stronger push showing that, hey, like people here in Africa and Gimbalabs are just coming into your work and making it better instead of creating yet another like platform where we collaborate. However, if there is something in your discussions and clarifications that none of the other platforms are providing, I do get it, but from this initial kind of draft and look at it, I didn't really notice the unique difference from what we already have in terms of other teams. And I know that you also worked a bit like with the Mish team and like at least learning about the stack. They're also building their own code too, so maybe there's a point to collaborate there.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, thank you, Tevo. And thank you, Emmanuel, for sort of pausing. We are getting towards the end, so just a couple more minutes. So quickly now, Maureen and then Gideon. And Gideon is probably part of the proposer team. So
Maureen is not here, but we have
oh,
Adrian,
she did say that.
Jethro, and Gideon.
Yeah. Gideon is part of the proposal team. Is Adrian still around? And Jethro as well?
Still here, yes.
What do you think, Adrian?
No additional opinion. I think everything already said.
Okay. And then Jethro, you're part of the team, so unless based on this, and then an A has already gone with his question. So Emmanuel, do you want can you address some of these?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I was, it's expected the questions because yeah, this is like as I've said before earlier, AI level proposal within. So yeah, the biggest
pain points, actually, I think I mentioned it earlier. The biggest one was to solve how the visualizer of the Cardano's treasury, how it's been initiated. Okay, yeah, and it will be taking me to the second one you ask. Could you show the example of the Polkadot? And I think I
Oh,
opened
yeah, I
my
saw that. Yeah.
so okay, let me just give another tab.
Because there was some
Uh,
mention about, which I really love from way back in the day in Catalyst, it was like looking at other chains. And you mentioned that in the Polkadot, they have a really cool treasury visualizer.
yeah. So for example, right now, this is the current Cardano's treasury. Um, but we believe something better could be done than this, even giving it a graph showing the metrics and the data of the income to the spending of the treasury. So I would be going to the Polkadot, for example, right now. Um, and this also came into when there was this Twitter discussion about Cardano's treasury and to the Polkadot treasury in OD multi assets, saying, oh yeah, Polkadot treasury is allowed to hold multiple assets apart from the dot native token, and even the Cardano guys were dropping the Polkadot Treasury Explorer, but nothing to even show for the Cardano's side, on the Cardano side. I think it was just being done with the typing and all of these things. And I was like, this is not really, really what Cardano. I think my network is a bit not really, really good to show all of this. So if we should go to, you can see how comprehensive it is at least. So if we should go to this spends, it shows all the spending done in the treasury approved, compared to where's the tab? Compared to what I just showed in the Cardano side. I think that's been managed by Intersect. So and if we should go to these different tabs, it gives all of the proposals being done. We should go to, you can also tip as well. I'm not sure how this is done on Polkadot. And so yeah, this and the income to the treasury as well. So because some don't even know, okay, there is somewhere this income is going like from the treasury, which is from the transactions fees and all of those stuff. So yeah, and the second one is giving ease to DREP. um the rationale in the DREP, while evaluating proposal, the rationale might be like, and this is like going to the Cardano's governance space, because I've not been really, really I've not been really, really current or following up on how the governance works. But I believe right now, when you are trying to propose, when you are trying to give maybe a treasury withdrawal or any governance action type, um, you can just give what you want, just like what is happening on Project Catalyst, um, but which is not, and there is already a follow-up of Cardano's constitution that is supposed to be made, which is going to what we have here. Either the ad fork initiation or a change in the protocol parameter, or info action and all of those stuff. So we believe there should be a way that it would funnel these proposals before actually getting it submitted on chain. So that is why we are trying to make research on how to build a constitutional compliance layer that aligns with the Cardano's treasury before actually with the Cardano's constitution before actually getting it submitted on chain and saying, okay, I want to make these changes to this, I want to make these changes to that. And yeah, so Newman said time to wrap up. Also,
Oh, okay. AI does the
Yeah, thanks.
compliance.
Yeah, and I hate to
Yeah.
break your
So
flow, but we do have those questions written down in the Notion. And there's yeah, so if you could just take a little bit of time, a minute to wrap up, and then we'll say goodbye and turn off the recording, say goodbye to the good folks on YouTube. And we do
yeah. So,
yeah, perfect.
yeah, quick one. On the partnership, maybe I don't know. Maybe you guys are trying to say, okay, this is not Gimbalabs. I don't know. Maybe we are trying to say, okay, on the like contributing to what others have done. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's trying to point that okay, Blockprint could partner with other governance building platform instead of Gimbalabs. I don't know if that's um like the right way to put it. But yeah, we can always collaborate with what has been built with Blockprint saying okay, Gimbalabs don't need to build something like this. Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, so I appreciate the feedbacks and
Yeah.
also yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. And I continually be impressed with the Blockprint crew. Absolutely great. Um, and let's talk about it more. Let's talk about it in the Discord. There is a Blockprint Discord that Emmanuel, you're open to us joining over there. I really like the conversation. I mean, if you want to see like a genuine developer community, they join hackathons, they do silly things, they taunt each other. It's just hilarious. You guys are really funny. I really want to bring back the quiz nights. Those are great. All right, all right, all right. Now I'm getting pushed off the stage. Hey, hey, thanks, guys,
All
and
right.
ladies. This was really fun. We did 90 minutes of consent decision making where we really got in and mixed it up. I feel like good things. I feel like that the wisdom and intelligence was shared, that the Gimbalabs community trust and connections and relationships we really used to make things better. And really, really thankful that you all got it. So let's we take a moment to say goodbye, come off mute, say goodbye. And we will be meeting after for a few minutes over in the Gimbalabs Discord if you want to say if you have any thing you want to talk about. And I think Lucas also has a bit of a meeting afterwards, so we'll figure out where that happens. All right.